We welcome you live to the Hawks Nest. On time this time, unlike last week, but we are up and running for this Week 2 GMC matchup versus Lakota East and the Oak Hills Highlanders. Both of these teams last week going into harsh environments. Oak Hills walking into Edgewood, squeaking out a 1-point victory, 21-20. Apologize for the lack of camera, but no action has started just yet. Still getting to work that fixed, but I am Beck Lucas in here with Alex Tipton, here to bring you this GMC matchup, Oak Hills versus Lakota East. As I was saying, Oak Hills going into Edgewood, squeaking out a 1-point victory, 21-20. Lakota East going into a highly favored, highly touted Centerville Elks team and environment, and coming out with a dominating 35-20 victory, as East and Oak Hills will get lined up here. East won the toss, elected to defer. AJ Fitzstevens will come out to kick this ball off. I'll explain as much as I can while we still try to get camera connected. Alex, how do you think this matchup's going to play out?
I feel like it's going to go like it did last week. You know, East might have a bit of a slow start, but once they get going, they really get going. Especially that guy in the backfield, Ryder Hooks, had over 300 yards of total offense last week and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Just an incredible game from him. I'm looking for a big game from this Lakota East defense, especially from Cole Miranda. Made some big plays last week, but here we go.
AJ Fitzstevens kicks it this time. It'll go right into the end zone. A touchback for Oak Hills. Nice, and we will see Lincoln Schreiber, the 6-foot, 175-pound junior, walk out onto the field. He was great last week. 21 for 33, 254 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground. What do you expect to see from him in this offense, this game, Alex?
From him, on Chris Boyer today. He only had 2 receptions last week, had 44 yards. He's a big, tall guy. He can make those kinds of catches and plays. I'm looking for a big game from him. But East offense, let's see how they get started here. Their defense will be on this first drive. Let's go.
Schreiber will come out. This Oak Hills offense, very pass heavy. They got pass catchers all over the field. Number 1, sophomore Cordell Ball lines out wide to the right. He had 5 catches, 135 yards, and a touchdown last week. He leads the GMC at the most passing yards, but they will go right up the middle with a run tackle made by Chris Leverett. It is just going to be about a 3-yard gain. Carson Schroyer there, too, with the assist. Those 2 guys, Chris Levitt, Carson Schroyer, and we do have camera. Apologies for not having that at the start. All you missed was just 2 plays, the kickoff touchback and a 3-yard run right up the middle by Emmett Johnson. Like I was saying, this Oak Hills offense does not run the ball. You saw 33 pass attempts. Almost all of their offense was generated through the air. They got about 3 guys that they give the ball to, and all 3 of those guys only got 3 rushing attempts last week. So a little bit surprised to see them go run first. This East D-line was ready. Now Schreiber going to go again up the middle, and a big tackle there by Carson Schroyer. Sniffed it out right away. Want to also make mention, it is senior night, so you're going to see a lot of these seniors that don't normally get playing time hit the field for Lakota East.
Really nice job from that East defense on these first 2 plays, just sniffing out the run. They don't really run the ball that much, so just a good job to see that happening there. And let's see what they can do on 3rd down here. Already a big play to start the game, and East made a lot of those big plays last week, especially in the second half. And that's how they really pulled away in that game.
Yeah, they made a lot of big plays on those 3rd and 4th downs, capitalized off some Centerville mistakes. East team did a really good job at forcing 3rd down. See Braxton Thurman go up on the press. Schreiber will drop back this time. PJ McFarland putting the pressure on. He's going to be chased out of bounds. Got to toss it out.
And he
Going to
is-
be ruled incomplete. Braxton Thurman, Xavier Warren there on the coverage. That'll bring up a quick 4th down, and Oak Hills will send out the punt team.
just an amazing first drive from this East defense. And that's the kind of tone that you want to set. And Peyton Bruce, man, he's just done an incredible job with this defense so far this year. And what do you expect to see out of this East offense on their first drive here?
Well, I'm expecting, the Ryder Hook show like it was last week, but I do want to see more deep down the field throws from Niall Knutson. But this punt will be a good one from Max Rhodes. Braxton Thurman bobbles it a little bit, but is able to fall on it. East will maintain possession. And like you said, we see that East offense getting out there led by quarterback Niall Knutson. Had a great game last week. 23 attempts, 30 completions. Shot about 76% completion percentage. Had 2 touchdowns through the air as well. And while Ryder Hooks did steal the show with his running ability and catching ability, now Knutson played a huge part in that passing game with P.J. McFarland catching a lot of those passes, Carter Jones too. But this East offense really just has so many weapons that they can use. Going to be a lot of different looks we see here today, especially with it being senior night. Knutson will fake the give to Ryder Hooks, has all the time in the world to throw. Just going to dump it off to Jaden Say, who makes a man miss, falls forward for about 4 yards.
Great play by Knutson there, just sensing the pressure. He kind of rolled out in the pocket and made that throw. But that's something that we need to keep seeing in this game. Just a great job in the first play there.
Yeah, that a nice job from Knutson, sensing that Oak Hills pressure. Great job blocking, too, from the O-line. I mean, Oak Hills has the height advantage. Guys, 6'3", 6'4" D linemen going against 5'10" offensive linemen. Ryder Hooks, not too much room at the start, but you know him. He's going to get that push. He'll gain of about 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. So both of these defenses bringing up a quick 3rd down. Have to see what East draws up here.
Big 3rd down for this Lakota East offense. Last week they started kind of slow, only had 13 points in the first half, but the second half is when they really got it going. I'm hoping to see a bit quicker tempo, more of those big explosive runs from Ryder Hooks this week in the first half. But let's see what they do here on this crucial 3rd down.
We are working to get that camera zoomed in for you. I know it's a little far right now, but Knutson on 3rd down, going to drop back. Takes a long time to find his read, but he will, to Chris Boyer, who gets knocked down by Max Rhodes. But it will be a 1st down for Lakota East on a nice catch from Chris Boyer.
Chris Boyer, just such a special player. I was kind of disappointed in the action that he got last week. He didn't really get that many receptions, but I think he's got a chance to have himself a great game tonight in this kind of atmosphere. But good play there, just doing everything right on that.
Yeah, Chris Boyer, a guy can make a big play anytime. Ryder Hooks, not a lot of running room to start this game. It'll be about a 3-yard gain, this East O-line, trying to get that push against this Oak Hills D-line, who was great against the run last week against Edgewood. They only allowed 2.7 yards a carry, so East definitely taking that into account when they draw up this game plan. Need to get Ryder Hooks into space where he can make his plays and do the things that he does. Not much running room so far. Knutson, though, going to throw a screen pass to Chris Boyer. Already getting a lot, but he will get popped by Max Rhodes. You saw that a lot last week, too. 14 tackles, leads the GMC. He looks locked in to start this game.
Man, what a great play by Rhodes there. He just hammered Chris Boyer. But East, let's see what they can get going. I mean, Oak Hills just has an incredible defense, and especially their run defense. But they barely pulled out that win last week. So let's see what East has going here.
Yeah, 20 of Edgewood's points coming when Oak Hills gave the ball to him in their own side of the field. But that pass too high for Chris Boyer. Knocked out there by Jay-Sean Dorsey. He had quite the game last week as well. 6 tackles, had a tackle for loss, a fumble recovery, an interception, and a pass deflection. Another pass deflection right there. This Oak Hills defense has players that are going to get stops against Lakota East. This will not be a cakewalk for them. Kind of like Centerville was. 4th down now, 4th and 8. East will send out the punt team. Tyler Gruber ready to punt this one away.
Really got to get this ball off quick here. Last week they had a block punt. That was returned for a good return, but let's see. That one gets off.
It's going to be a nice punt from Tyler Gruber. He's able to get down there quick, and it's going to roll some more. What a punt from Tyler Gruber down to the 1.5 yard line. That's got to feel good after getting one blocked last week.
What a great play by Gruber there. A good way to start off the game, put them in a tough spot. And that's what you want for this defense. That's how you get them fired up, and that's how you get them going. Just a great play. Even if it is a punt, still a good play.
Yeah, Oak Hill's now going to be pinned back very deep. Last time they went out there, did not get much. In an even worse spot now, this East defense has to be ready, have to force a fourth down here so that punt does not go to waste and get this offense more breathing room. We'll see what Oak Hills does here.
Backed up way in their own end zone. What kind of play do you call here as a coach?
For a team that's not too great at running, this is a spot you do not want to be in at all. But Schreiber almost picked off, knocked away from Dawson Reap.
What a great play there by Dawson. He had a great game last week, and he's having a pretty good game here this week so far. Just great awareness on that ball to knock it out of its path there. But Dawson, he's going to have himself a game today.
You expect him to, following in the footsteps of his brother Cohen, who led the GMC for almost the entire year in tackles. Dawson Reap started off great, having 13 with 10 solo tackles in the first game against Centerville. Just a guy that you see almost every single time a team runs the ball or throws across the middle. You're going to see Dawson Reap lying on top of him after the play is down. Schreiber now going to drop back, gets a QB draw. Dawson Reap loses his helmet again, but makes a great tackle, hitting the ankles of Schreiber. This is going to be a third down and right where they started on first down.
And there's a reason that Dawson was the second in the GMC in tackles last week. This guy is just an athletic freak. He can make a play from anywhere on the field. And so far, wow, it has just been amazing from him. A big, big third down. Oak Hill's backed way in their own offense here. Let's see what this East defense can do here.
Yeah, going to be 3rd and 10 from the 2-yard line.
Oak
Schreiber
Hills.
in the backfield talking with Emmett Johnson, his running back. Schreiber's going to take it off and just give it right to Emmett Johnson, who is swallowed up by this East D-line. This East defense came ready to play. Didn't even need Dawson Reap on that 3rd down to get the stop. Great job from Dalton Cheney.
Oak Hills, I mean, East just, they really know what they're going to do. Historically, Oak Hills has been more of a passing team. Last week, they had almost all of their yards in passing, and that's the reason why they have 2 of the top 5 leaders in receiving yards in the GMC so far, but I don't know about that play call there.
Yeah, it just kind of seems like they gave up. What can you really do, though? Another punt by Rhodes looks to be good. Almost hit the back of Cordell Ball. Braxton Thurman just going to let him recover it, and East will take over in Oak Hills territory at the 44-yard line, trying to get something going after doing nothing on their first drive.
Yeah, great field position to start off this drive, and I expect a lot from this East offense. You know, last year defense was a bit of an issue, but when you got a defense like this making plays like that and backing them up, that's how you get the best field position here. Let's see what they can do on this drive, hopefully get a score in here.
And with the athletes that this Lakota East offense has, you just got to think it's a matter of time before they get something going. One of the athletes here, Ryder Hooks, he's going to get swallowed up, though, for a huge loss. Max Rhodes again, the leader of this defense, making plays, pushing East back on the other side of the 50 now.
Great job by that Oak Hills defense there. You usually don't see that out of Ryder Hooks. He's a guy that's known to make big plays, but wow, just a great job from that Oak Hills defense there. Let's see what they do on this 2nd down play.
Yeah, Oak Hills using their size well. They definitely have the advantage on this East O-line, who is much more agile. Oak Hills just trying to get a huge push that time. Knutson scrambling out right, looking for guys downfield. He's going to find Chris Boyer. who makes the catch. Will they say he's in bounds? They will not. They're going to say he was out.
Great grab by Chris Boyer there. Sad that he was out of bounds, but I'm looking more for P.J. McFarland here. Still has not seen a reception. Kind of surprising. He's one of those big guys in this offense. The Indiana commit can make plays. Let's see if they target him or what they will do on this big down.
Yeah, a lot of those guys playing both sides of the ball. P.J. McFarland throwing a little linebacker defensive end in there as well as playing tight end. Don't want to give him the ball too much, get him tired. Knutson now on 3rd and forever will get leveled, and the ball comes out. East will fall on it, but oh my goodness, what a hit.
What a hit by that Oak Hills defense, and this is exactly how they like to play. They did it last week. They're doing it again this week. That was just incredible.
Michael Branch, the 6'3", 225-pound defensive lineman. He had a sack last week along with 2 tackle for losses. Oh my goodness, you could feel that one from up in the booth.
Yeah, that was just pure football hit right there.
Gruber going to get this one away again. It'll be good. Cordell Ball going to field it cleanly. He's got momentum. Great tackle there, though.
Cordell Ball, he's just going to be one of those guys that you really got to watch out for today. Currently, he is the #1 leading receiver in the GMC, and he had 135 yards last week. But East defense, you really just got to tighten up. So far, they've kept them in check, but when you keep sending that offense out there for Oak Hills, you know, you're going to wear down the defense at some point. East really just needs to capitalize off what they've done so far.
Yeah. Although this East defense is ready and very good, you can't just ask them to go out there every single time and get stops. This offense has to do something. And a lot different than what we saw against Centerville. East was able to move the ball with ease. This Oak Hills defense not giving them any room to do anything, bringing the pressure on now Knutson. But Schreiber will be back out there for Oak Hills in a lot better field position than last time. He will take the snap, going to get out to Cordell. Ball almost picked off. Beckett Bush had it in his hands. Dropped by Cordell Ball. That could have been a pick 6 for Beckett Bush.
And that's just one of those plays for Oak Hills that you're going to look back on and really, really glad that it went their way for them. But East, you just got to make that play out there. You got to pick that ball off. Let's see what they do here after that play.
Yeah, both of these offenses not looking too hot to start this game. But one play could change all of that. Cordell Ball did have the 80-yard receiving touchdown last week. He's a big play threat. Schreiber going to drop back again on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, he will step up, make a couple guys miss, but be brought down after a gain. Going to be close to the first down. Xavier Warren out there. It will be a 3rd down and 2.
Great awareness by Schreiber on that play, just realizing when the pocket's about to collapse. This is going to be a big 3rd down for Oak Hills here. You don't want to give the ball back to East. They can figure out how to make plays at some point here, but Oak Hills really, really just needs to get something going here.
Yeah, Oak Hills really riding that wave of momentum that they got from their win last week. They've looked great against a favored Lakota East Thunderhawks team. Schreiber still trying to find his footing, not able to find any of his guys through the air like he did last week. It will be a 3rd down and 1. This East defense trying to get another stop. They'll go right up the middle with Emmett Johnson. He will get the first down. A nice hole opened up by this Oak Hills offensive line, and it'll be a 1st down across the 50 into East territory for the Highlanders.
Nice job by that Oak Hills offensive line, just making places for your guys to run. East really just got to get in there, make that stop.
Yeah, like you said, this East defense did make a lot of stops last week and to start this game, but Oak Hills a little bit momentum now after picking up their first down. Flags will fly.
And that's just something you cannot have this early in the game. That could be a potential drive killer. And that's one thing we saw for Centerville last week. They had a lot of penalties that set them back when they had momentum going. Let's see how this affects the Oak Hills offense.
Yeah, this East team really capitalized and benefited from those Centerville mistakes. Mistakes starting here early for Oak Hills. On the other side of the ball for East, they had their fair share trying to shore that up. Penalties will kill you in high school football and any level of football. Oak Hills now backed up with a 1st and 15 after the false start, possibly delay of game actually. Schreiber gonna drop back, a quick throw, picked off! Carson Schroyer down the sideline! Schreiber can't catch him! It'll be a pick 6 for Carson Schroyer!
What an incredible play by Schroyer there. He just read that ball like a book. Oh my goodness, exactly what East needed to start this game. And that's that no-fly zone defense that we saw in the second half last week. Just an incredible read there.
Schroyer dominated last week, already dominating this week. What a play from Carson Schroyer. AJ Fitzstevens will go out there to boot the extra point. And who needs offense when your defense can do things like that?
And getting ready to line up for that kick there. Fitzstevens has been really good so far. Had a good game last week.
Did miss the extra point early. We'll see if that happens again here. This one looks good, and it is good. AJ Fitzstevens tack one more on the board. It will be 7-0 Lakota East as we will step away for just a moment. We welcome you back, fresh off the Carson Schroyer pick 6. That is Schreiber's first interception thrown of the season. Carson Schroyer read that one perfectly as AJ Fitzstevens will get ready to kick this one off.
Incredible play by that East defense. Let's see if they can get the offense started here.
Fitzstevens now, an onside kick attempt, a little squib up the middle. Oak Hill's gonna fall out and awkwardly, but it will stay Oak Hill's ball. John Kitna, trademark onside kick, could happen at any time of the game. Always got to be on your toes. That time, Oak Hills will fall on it. Avoids a disastrous start.
I like the aggressiveness from East here, but I feel like we've seen that too often. It's not as unexpected anymore. Did it last week, it didn't work out. This time it didn't work out either. Just giving up field position that, you don't want to give up. So let's see if they continue doing that or if they change it up a bit.
Yeah, we will see Schreiber coming right on out, fresh off the pick 6 thrown. I mean, what do? Do you let him sling it again, or do you just hand it off, get him hemmed right back into this game? We will have to see. Not something he's used to. He started his sophomore year at the end of the season, played in the game against Oak Hills, or against East, where East did come out with a 24-6 victory. Swallowed up that time. Carter Fosnov, Xavier Warren sniffed that one out easily.
What a play by East there. And Carter Fosnaw is just not a guy who you want to run into. He is huge there on the line, has made his impact. And East just completely stuffing this run. Oak Hills didn't have a good game last week in the run game. And so far passing a pick 6. Let's see what they do here. There's not much they've been able to do.
This East defense been all over them. Their playmakers making big plays. Schreiber now, Anquan Evans in the backfield. Play will get blown dead.
And another big penalty for Oak Hills.
It will be a delay of game. I thought it might have been a timeout, but again, Oak Hill is going to be backed up even more. It's going to be 2nd and 17 now. Really just shooting themselves in the foot, just like Centerville did. East defense got to be happy with that.
And you just can't do that if you're Oak Hills. You're already backed up. You're already under pressure. You threw a pick 6 in the last drive. That's just not something that you want in your record here.
Yeah, not a lot of rhythm right now. Schreiber just going to get this one out on a screen pass. That's Aaron McFarland who's going to push it forward for a very nice gain. Going to get a lot of those yards back.
And a nice play by Oak Hills there. You really just want to get your offense jump started there. They've had a bit of a tough time so far. Let's see if that play kind of wakes up the rest of their team here and what they do.
Yeah, Aaron McFarland, Cordell Ball, guys that big receivers that when they make catches, they can get into space, they can move, they can be momentum for your team. Just trying to build any right now for Oak Hills, really shaking up, tough environment in the Hawks' nest. Schreiber on third down, going to hand it right up the middle to Anquan Evans, who's going to fight forward for a very nice gain. Quick draw on 3rd and 8, trying to catch this East defense off guard, and they kind of did. It'll be a 3rd down and 3. Would not be surprised to see this Oak Hills offense stay out there.
Great play by Anquan Evans there. They had a tough time in the run game last week, but finding those holes, making those kinds of plays, it's just the short yardage that you need to get started.
This is the first home game of Lakota East season, just their second one. Second game of the season, first home game. Want to show out for the fans who came out. A lot of people here in the Hawks' Nest. Another run on 4th down. Anquan Evans, big first down. Oak Hills has momentum now.
And that's just something we didn't see much of last week. Oak Hills really trying to establish that run game after what happened. You know, you can't keep passing the ball around. It just gets very predictable. But so far, they've done a good job adjusting how they're going to play this, and just a good adjustment in the run game here. Start picking up those short yards.
More stoppage. First quarter will end. Your score 7-0 Lakota East off the Carson Schroyer pick 6. We will step away for this first quarter. We'll be back in just a bit. We are back. Gonna come back a little bit early, but Oak Hills offense will trot out onto the field. Your score 7-0 Lakota East Thunderhawks. Both offenses haven't really done much. 7 points coming off a Carson Schroyer pick 6, but this Oak Hills team has been able to generate things on the ground, beating this East defense. Picking up a nice 4th down and 3 from Anquan Evans. He'll get it again. They'll ride the hot wave, but he is thrown down. Dalton Cheney, Dawson Reap.
Great play by Cheney there, along with Dawson, bringing him down. They're tired of getting run over in the first quarter there, but both defenses have just been electric so far. I'm really liking what I'm seeing on the defensive side of the ball. If they keep playing like that, you might get another pick 6.
Yeah, after throwing the pick 6, this this Oak Hills offense, has just been run, run, run. Do not put the ball in the air. This East defense can really fly. Anquan Evans has done a great job of running the ball. Not too much on the last play, but he's under pressure again. Knutson round the field, almost picked off. Schreiber, both wearing number 4. messing me up a little bit, but Cordell Ball had a step or two on Cole Miranda, but great coverage nonetheless from number 7, able to knock that ball away.
And just a great play by that East defensive line. When you've got a guy like Cordell Ball running down the field like that, you got to put pressure on the quarterback, stop him from getting the ball, and the ball comes from the quarterback. That's where you got to put the pressure first. Just a great play by that East defense.
Credit Dalton Cheney laying the hit on Schreiber.
And Schreiber's been shaken up a bit since that pick. He does not look the same. He's going to need to get some rhythm going here.
Does look great last week as a junior. First time starting fully on varsity. Schreiber has to step up again on 3rd down. He's going to try and push for the first, but he will get thrown backwards. He's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Again, would not be surprised if this Oak Hills offense stays out there on the field.
Another great play by that East defense, holding them to 4th down. But for Oak Hills, you just need to get this right here. They've been struggling so far on these kinds of plays, but Schreiber, you got to take off and run with that ball, especially when you're at that spot there. Try to get as many yards as you can. And
we see the true skill and athletic ability of these high school players. Max Rhodes, the linebacker in the backfield, he will get the carry. He will lower his shoulder and get just enough for the first down. Max Rhodes almost exclusively plays linebacker, comes in on 4th down and gets a huge pickup for Oak Hills.
Great play by Rhodes there. Nothing too flashy, just getting those yards. Exactly what Oak Hills needs to get started here. Let's see what they can do on a fresh set of downs.
Oak Hills done a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. This East team has got to be more aware when they're running the ball, because right now it's been smash mouth football, which is kind of the opposite of what Oak Hills normally goes to, but it's been working, so why stop doing it? East has to make some adjustments. They'll do again just a halfback dive. That time, nothing doing there for Anquan Evans. 5 East defenders winning their blocks on the line of scrimmage and throwing him down for a loss of 1.
Incredible job by that East defense. You're going up against some huge Oak Hills offensive linemen, but still having the ability to overpower them and make that play, just something you want to use to fuel your team, and just a great play. Let's see what they do on 2nd down here.
Every single one of those Oak Hills O-linemen over 250 pounds, a lot of them above 6'2", able to get that push early. Schreiber now going to run play action, has a lot of time. He's going to scramble out right. Going to throw it a low ball there. Not enough juice. Looking for Brady Kornman, the quarterback turned receiver. Had no catches last week, and you see why there. Just not enough juice on that ball to get it to him. Great job from Schreiber, able to recognize the pressure and scramble out right. Try to make a tough throw. 3rd down and 11 now.
Big play for Oak Hills. They need to get something started, but that was just an incredible play by this East defense. Great awareness to make sure that that quarterback does not go anywhere. Let's see what they do on this big 3rd down.
Not going to get a lot of pressure when you're only rushing 3 guys. This time they rush 5 as they recognize it's going to be a run. Xavier Warren going to tackle Anquan Evans, who's gotten a bulk of the carries. Emmett Johnson is listed as the starter, but Anquan Evans showing that he can get things moving. It will be a 4th down and long now, 4th down and 7. This Oak Hills offense converted on the first 2 4th downs. They will opt to stay out there again. Not quite field goal range for high school kickers, but you also don't want to punt from the 27-yard line.
A bit of a surprising play call for Oak Hills. They're expecting them to throw the ball, but this is a huge 4th down. Let's see if they hit any of those big receivers here on this play.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to be going to the air here. Got to get it to their best playmakers. It would have been a play action had the play not been called dead. It's going to be a timeout. Oak Hills did not like the look. We will step away for just a moment as they talk over what they want to do on this 4th down. We welcome you back. Big fourth down, close to the red zone of Lakota East. Oak Hills already converted on 2 fourth downs this drive, trying to convert on a third. It'll be play action. Looks a lot like the play the last time. Schreiber to the end zone. PJ McFarland, definitely a lot of contact there. Looked like McFarland almost slammed him down, playing a little too aggressive on defense. Definitely expected flags to be thrown that time.
PJ McFarland, just a bit of a poor mistake there on fourth down, but when you're going against these kinds of receivers, what else can you really do? These guys are big, they can make plays, but that's just a mistake that they're going to look back on, and they're really going to regret potentially later in this game.
Yeah, that time, a huge fourth down opportunity to put your offense back out on the field. A little too handsy for PJ McFarland.
And let's see if they give this ball back to Max Rhodes here. He has had a great game so far, finding the holes in that offensive line, and he's just been able to run the ball. Some smash mouth football from him so far.
Anquan Evans will be in the backfield. Now a first down from the 14-yard line of Lakota East after the penalty. They'll give it to Anquan Evans. Carson Troyer, the ball pops loose. Bobbled by Beckett Bush, he will fall on it. It will be Lakota East football. What a job from Carson Schroyer.
Lakota East doing their best Iowa Hawkeyes impression here. Who needs offense when you've got a defense like this? An incredible play, stripping the ball out there. Just a great job just when they had momentum. What a play there by this East defense.
I mean, you got to give all the credit to Carson Schroyer. The pick six, Oak Hills driving, the fumble, the forced fumble. Beckett Bush had a chance to take it all the way to the house if he could have fielded cleanly. Nonetheless, a great job from him to fall on the football. A lot of this momentum that Oak Hills spent, it felt like years building up, taken away in one quick play. Now Knutson on offense. He will have a lot of time. Going to step up to the left, trying to find anybody. He will just scramble for about a 5-yard gain. This Oak Hills defense playing great coverage downfield.
And Knutson on that play there, you know, great play, just getting all the yards you can. You don't want to force anything in this spot of the field, but they really need to get started here. You can't rely on your defense.
Knutson now, it'll be a handoff to Ryder Hooks. He's trying to spin out of another tackle. Cannot go anywhere, opposite of what we saw last week. Oak Hills ready for him, not letting him go anywhere on any of his attempts. Got to think we might see a screen pass or a swing pass like we did against Centerville just to try to get him into some space. This Oak Hills defense looks amazing to start this game, though.
Let's see what they do here on a big second down.
Already third down for Knutson. He'll be under pressure, and he'll get taken down. Who else? Max Rhodes. Another fourth down brought up, and East will be forced to punt again. We haven't seen East get shut down this offense since 2 years ago. It seemed like every single game they were in, East just had everything clicking on offense. This Oak Hills defense playing incredibly right now.
Great job by Max Road there, just completely shutting down the drive. And you got to wonder, is this Oak Hills offense going to get something going here soon?
You got to think, with all the opportunities this defense has given them, Gruber, after a long couple of steps, is going to get this one away. Cordell Ball will take the fair catch. Oak Hills will be set up in their own side of the field at about the 45-yard line. And we're going to have to see again this East defense asked to go back out there after forcing a fumble. A quick 3-and-out brought up by Oak Hills. You got to think this East defense can't do it for much longer. Got to give your defense more time to rest.
Yeah, and East, I mean, you can't have your defense out in the field this much. It's already so many times they've been out here. They're just relying on them to make plays, but at some point those plays are going to break down. You need the offense to get something going. Let's see if the defense can give the ball back to that Lakota East offense.
Well, this Oak Hills defense, after just 1 week, ranked first in just about every defensive category in the GMC, holding Edgewood to about nothing. This another high throw, trying to find Brady Kornman.
Great.
Schreiber just put it a little bit too high, could not bring it down. It'll be about a 2nd and 10.
Schreiber a little bit nervous here to start the game. Had that pick 6 earlier, but you just got to get back on your feet. You can't keep doing that. You can't keep making those kinds of plays. At some point, you really just got to focus in here.
Yeah, all of Oak Hill's yards coming on the ground virtually in this first half. Gotta think you want to see more out of Schreiber if they need to start capitalizing off of these big Oak Hills defensive stops. Schreiber will drop back to pass. Under pressure. Being chased, gonna flip it out. It is caught. Tackle made, Chris Leverett. Catch from Emmett Johnson, the running back, just slipping out there, helping out his quarterback, getting open and picking up a lot of yards. Crossed into East territory now. First down from about the 40-yard line.
And Schreiber so far just has not had that much time to throw the ball. That's a great play to kickstart the offense. Let's see if they can capitalize on that here.
Yeah, gaining that momentum right back, showing they're not phased. They want to keep throwing the ball. This time, Schreiber going to try and hand it off. No, he fakes it. It is dropped from Brady Kornman. He would have had space to move had he had brought it in. Lucky break for this East defense.
A big mistake from Corman there. That's not something you expect to see from him, but you got to make that catch. You've been struggling so far on offense. Any play helps. That's just not something you can do there. And you got to get your quarterback some good throws, you know. And if he can't rely on that, then it's just going to be a tough night for this Oak Hills offense.
Yeah, if you can't find any guys to reliably get the football, what can you really do? Schreiber again going to drop back to throw. It'll be long again. Cordell Ball not even looking for the pass, just immediately felt the tugging and threw his arms up. They're going to call pass interference on Chris Leverett.
Another big mistake by East here. You got him backed up, and that is just a penalty that you cannot have. I know that Cordell Ball, he had an incredible week last week, but still, you can't do those kinds of mistakes there this early in the game. You just got to play clean football.
Yeah, and I feel like you're seeing that more and more, even at the NFL level. You know, defensive backs, as soon as a guy gets behind them, their first thought is to just grab a hold of them, make sure they don't look silly getting burnt down the field, but almost every single time you're going to get called for pass interference. So again, a pass interference call will put Oak Hills in good field position. First down and 10 in East territory. Again, over the head, this time of Dimitri Vetter. Schreiber just cannot seem to hit his guys in the chest.
Schreiber playing some really shaky football so far. He needs to start making those routine plays. You don't want to have another big play for the East defense if you're Schreiber here. You just got to get something going, you know. You can't keep relying on your defense to make plays and get you the ball back if you're not going to capitalize.
No, you definitely want to tie this game up here. Time is ticking away in the first half. Only 5 minutes, 22 seconds left. We'll see if Oak Hills can do anything. Schreiber gets it out to Cordell Ball, trying to make a guy miss, but he will get thrown down there. Cody Doyle, the sophomore, listed as a tight end, but going out there and playing a little D-line. Great job wrapping him up, throwing him down for a 1-yard loss. Cordell Ball not able to get anything going to start this game. It'll be another 3rd and long to go for Oak Hills. This East defense just seems to get better when it's close to their red zone.
Great play there by the East defense, just sniffing out that screen from the second that they called that play. And let's see what they can do on this big play here. 3rd down.
3rd down and 11. Schreiber going to drop back. He has to step up again. He's going to flip it down the field and way out of bounds. Nowhere close to Brady Kornman. It'll be a 4th and 11 now.
Schreiber just throwing that ball away, but I don't like that play there from Schreiber. You know, you got to get something going, and a field goal might not be what you want here. You really, really need to hit the end zone and tie this game up. You keep giving the ball back to East, especially guys like Ryder Hooks. They're going to do something at some point here. So let's see what the call is on 4th down.
See Cord Wallace out there, just a junior, but really just a sophomore, but really commanding this defense, getting guys on and off the field. It'll be a huge 4th down and 11 now. Can East defense hold again? They'll get it to Cordell Ball on a slant. He will not get enough. Braxton Thurman in coverage, able to pull him down before he gets the first. This East offense will trot right back out there. Another stop for this Lakota East defense. Home crowd very happy with that one.
Great tackle there by Thurman. They finally get that 4th down stop that they've been looking for, and they really, really need to get the offense going here, but this defense has just looked incredible so far. And another big play. Oak Hill's just getting absolutely shut down so far on the offensive side of the ball.
Gotta say, this is not what I expected. An East offense that had over 500 total yards of offense last week, and an Oak Hill's defense that leads the GMC in passing yards, not be able to move the ball at all. This time, Ryder Hooks again will try to get anything. He is slammed down again from Michael Branch, who's made his presence known in this one. Ryder Hooks just nowhere to go to start this game.
And as the Oak Hills defense, you hear all that talk about Ryder Hooks last week, and you just take offense to that here, and so far that's what they've done. They've completely shut him down so far in this game.
Knutson now going to drop back, find Carter Jones, who had a nice game last week. Carter Jones, 9 catches, 74 yards, and that little flip touchdown to put East up big late in that game, getting his first catch of the night here. But it'll be another 3rd down for the Lakota East offense.
Good play by Knutson there, just getting all the yards you can. This is going to be a huge 3rd down, and I really want to see him get something going here. So far, the offense has been stagnant. Can they get that big play?
Definitely want to pick up a 1st down here. Done virtually nothing. Knutson will drop back again, though, trying to find anybody downfield. He will launch to the middle of the end zone. It is caught by Jaden Say. Makes the cut to the outside. Still on his feet. Jason Dorsey trying to pull him down. Jaden Say to the 7-yard line. Exactly what East needed.
What an incredible throw there by Knutson. And just a huge play before half here, getting a spark in that offense. East finally moving the ball down the field. A huge catch. Can they capitalize here?
Finally getting the ball on the other side of the field. And what do you do when you have no momentum? Nothing's been working. Your big guys aren't getting the targets. What do? Well, you throw your #1 receiver, Jaden Say, the ball, the big play man. Now Ryder Hooks will get the carry. He'll bounce it out to the right side, and that will be called just short, saying he stepped out at the 1-yard line, tried to reach. But a good run from Ryder Hooks will set East up even closer to the end zone, couple inches away from pay dirt.
Great run from Ryder Hooks there. Finally just getting some breathing room. He's got the chance to punch it in and get some momentum going here.
Knutson now trying to go for the tush bush, but just goes nowhere. Pushed back. Oak Hill's D-line ready for that one. You definitely want to get a bigger push if you're on the O-line. Going to be hard. Oak Hill's defense does have the height advantage, the size advantage. A little bit surprised to see him go QB sneak. I guess they're trying to catch him off guard.
Great play by that Oak Hills defense, not folding after that big pass play. Let's see what they do here on a crucial play.
And oh my goodness, did that ball come out? A fumbled snap. Knutson just has to fall on it. And what went from a 2nd and 1 is now a 4th and 5. They will elect to just take their 3 points. Oak Hill's defense showing a lot of fight and resilience to start this game. Lakota East, one of those teams that when they get to the red zone and the end zone, they are just going to punch it in. But A.J. Fitzstevens will get that one away. They're going to call it no good. He pushed it right. Missed kick from A.J. Fitzstevens. And this score will stay exactly where it was a couple minutes ago. 7-0 your ball game still.
And that is just a kick that you cannot miss if you are A.J. Fitzstevens. They are driving all the way down the field, not able to capitalize. But this Oak Hills defense, bend, don't break mentality has really, really got them in this game here. And they've got a chance to tie it up before half. Let's see if they can make some plays and get their offense going here.
If not for the mistake made by Lincoln Schreiber throwing the pick six to Carson Schroyer, this game is still 0-0. Oak Hills showing a tremendous amount of fight, poise, and just motivation to stop this highly touted, highly dangerous East offense. They've done an absolute amazing job. Got to give credit to that defensive coordinator drawing up the schemes. Schreiber now going to hand it off to Emmett Johnson, trying to get the run game going again. Great tackle from Carter Jones. C5 on the outside will push him down. Still a 5-yard run for Emmett Johnson, who got a break for a while. Anquan Evans getting a bulk of those carries in that first quarter. It will be a timeout, Lakota East, as we will step away for just a moment. We are back in the Hawks' Nest. A very defensive battle. 7-0 your score. Lakota East benefiting off the Carson Schroyer pick six. If not for that, this game is 0-0. Both of these defenses playing incredible. Both of these offenses can't do much of anything. Schreiber trying to change that narrative now. They'll throw a little bit of a jet sweep action. Just trying to get anything going. He'll get taken down. After a gain of about 2, it's another third down brought up by this East defense. And another timeout called quickly from this East defense. Only a minute 26 left in the game. So you got to think they want to call these timeouts. Oak Hill's just running the ball, trying to get this game into halftime. Oak Hill's not satisfied with what their offense has done so far. They want to put that ball into the end zone right before halftime. Go up by 2 scores. Could be dangerous, though. Oak Hills has shown flashes that they can move the ball in big plays. They have those big play threats. Hopefully these timeouts do not backfire.
This is going to be a really big third down for Oak Hills here. They have not been able to capitalize on any of their drives yet, but I'm looking for a big play from Cordell Ball right here. Big third down. Can they get something going to him and in the passing game?
Definitely want to get it to your best receiver. They have receivers. Credit to this East defense, though. A lot of offensive guys playing on defense. Ryder Hooks, Braxton Thurman, and Beckett Bush out there. A lot of converted running backs to DB. They have been great. You also see Carter Jones out there. A lot of true athletes on this team. They will hand it off right up the middle. He'll bounce it out to the right side. Almost got enough for the first down. We'll have to see what they get him. Will they give it to him? That is Will White on the carry. His first carry of the game. Only had 3 attempts for a loss of 2 yards last week, so he finally gets the ball moving forward. Pushed out by Carson Schroyer. They will give him the first down, though.
Big first down for Oak Hills there. They need to start picking up some momentum. Not much time before the half here, but if they can capitalize on this drive, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, Oak Hills, all they want to do is put some points on the board, go into halftime with a little momentum and say, hey, we just shut down possibly the best offense in the GMC. That's what they're thinking right now. So they'll give it to Will White again, lowers his shoulder. But Dawson Reap goes lower, or Carson Schroyer, Dalton Cheney goes lower. Brought down also by Cole Miranda.
Great run there from White. He just gets smoked at the end of that run. It's going to bring up a second down here.
Second down and 5 now. Schreiber still hasn't thrown a whole lot like he did last week. They'll give it again to Will White, who seems to be running with a lot of aggression right now. First quarter, it was Anquan Evans getting a lot of the carries. Big first part of this second quarter, it was Emmett Johnson, and now towards the end, it is Will White. They all seem to run with that same intensity, same speed. So you got to like that they have 3 guys that they can give the ball to and really move it well. A lot better than they did last week, averaging much more carries, much more yards. They're going to get that out. Brady Cornman makes his first catch of the season after dropping 2 in the first half, and he will get a huge push. Somehow stayed on his feet.
Great play there by this Oak Hills offense, but you got to look at that clock. Only 20 seconds left till half. What will they be able to do here? But, wow, what an effort there on that run, just picking up the extra yards, refusing to go down.
You got to think, was he trying to push for a possible Hail Mary spot? Just 20 seconds. Saw often they opted to go for it when they were passed on 25-yard line. Not a lot of confidence in their sophomore kicker, so going to have to get a whole lot closer if you want to start taking shots to the end zone with 20 seconds left. Oak Hills does call a timeout, but we will stay with you through it.
And Schreiber, I mean, you can get that Hail Mary down there, but he has not had much time in the pocket so far today. East has been putting consistent pressure on him. So let's see if they can maybe get a chunk play here to get some yards and maybe attempt a bit of a more comfortable Hail Mary or a field goal.
Definitely got to think both of these offenses going into halftime going to have to say, hey, we did absolutely nothing. Things need to change. We need to draw up better schemes, better looks, different looks. Just get our guys the ball. This defense is, though, thinking the exact opposite. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you should be good. An amazing show from both of these defenses as Schreiber is going to throw an out route caught by Cordell Ball. Braxton Thurman in coverage. About a 6 inches of height difference. Cordell Ball able to make the catch. Gets another first down, and Oak Hills trots a little bit closer. Great play call, getting it out of bounds, getting the first down as well.
Great play there by Cordell Ball, especially getting out of bounds at the end of that play. And we have seen some pretty close games between these two in the past 3 years that they have played. Are we going to see another one here today? What will Oak Hills do on this drive? Let's see here on this play.
Schreiber, the first down after the first down catch from Cordell Ball. He's going to drop back far. He's going to fling it out of bounds. Nothing doing there for Schreiber. It'll be second down and 10. That shaved about 6 seconds off the clock.
Schreiber, you just got to put that ball downfield somewhere, even if it's a short play, throwing it out of bounds, but at least you get the ball out there. But let's see what they do here on second down. A big, big play with only 9 seconds left in the half.
You wonder if they'll maybe try and just take maybe 2 shots to the end zone. You think you got about 2 plays in you with just 9 seconds. Trademark phrase, 6 seconds of fight. About as long as a play lasts, but Schreiber going to drop back now under a lot of pressure. P.J. McFarland trying to get him. It'll be almost picked off. It will be picked off. Braxton Thurman makes the play, and another turnover for this Lakota East defense. My goodness, it's been turnover city this first half, and it's exactly what you need.
What a great play there. Schreiber has just been absolutely struggling in this half, getting pressured. He does not have much time to throw the ball, and when he has thrown it, it has not been that great there. Just a great play by that Lakota East defense, preventing anything from going downfield.
And you gotta say, you have to love just the change and whole feel of this Lakota East defense. At the end of last year, they were letting 40 points get put up on them by West. West Claremont even had a lot of yards in their first playoff game. And Moeller in the game that they did end up losing in the playoffs, Moeller was able to just throw around the yard. So completely different feel and look. Lots of turnovers, lots of defense. 1940s football being played here as we go into halftime. Your score 7-0. Lakota East leads. We will see you after halftime. Hallelujah, everybody. Started the stream right after halftime. That dreaded bright blue screen showed up, but camera is working again. Holy moly, we've had a lot of camera troubles, but should be good. You won't miss any action to start this second half. Let's get right into it. Sun is setting, lights are flashing, and East finds themselves up 7-0 after one of the biggest defensive battles I've ever called, definitely the biggest defensive battle I've ever called of a first half of East football. Haven't seen East get shut down on offense like this in a long time. Gotta think they're gonna be calling new plays, new looks, new screens like they did last week. Just get your guys into space, find the holes on the defense. No offensive touchdowns for Lakota East in that first half. There's 7 points coming off a Carson Schroyer pick six, who also forced a fumble and really just dominated that first half. Alex, what else do you have for us as East lines up to receive this kick?
Just a great defensive performance from both teams here. Clean, old-fashioned football. Both offenses have made some big mistakes, but it's time to clean it up here in the second half. Adjustments will be made. Plays will be called. Let's see what they can do here as we kick off to start the second half. Welcome back, folks. Thank you for joining us. My name is Alex Tipton with Beck Lucas. I'm very proud to be here today for my first game, and here we go.
Happy to have you, Alex. No other feeling quite like being up in a booth calling this game. This one going to be a high kick to the left sideline. Fair catch called from Beckett Bush. Junior starting safety. Oak Hills throwing a little something at East already to start the second half.
Great job by Bush offense there. Just corralling that ball. Good play there. You know, you don't want to let that get past you. And let's see what they can do here on offense. They've been completely shut down so far. Need to throw the ball, and Ryder Hooks has been quiet so far. Can he get another incredible second half like he had last week?
Could not get the stat sheet, so I'm not quite sure what Ryder Hooks' stats was. He's coming into this game just about 30 yards away from breaking the all-time rushing record for a career at Lakota East. And a screen pass there, immediately blown up. Jay-Sean Dorsey.
A great play by Dorsey there, just continuing to see on that first play there what we saw in this first half. And a great job by that Oak Hills defense. They are not budging at all. And if they want to win this game, they're going to have to keep playing that way. Last 3 games, it's been a very good defensive game. Let's see what they do here.
Knutson now going to drop back to an out route to Chris Boyer, who cannot shake a tackle. Again going nowhere. Tackle made from Jay-Sean Dorsey once again. He's also had a tremendous game. East not been able to move the ball whatsoever.
Dorsey making a good tackle there, stopping Chris Boyer, who's had more opportunities this week but has not been able to capitalize. Let's see if they can get something started on an early second down and 12.
Hope to see East stretch the field a little bit. This Oak Hills D-line really dominated. Carter Jones, always a big play threat, makes the guy miss, and finally East gets a first down. Carter Jones, the junior, plays DB as well with a huge out route catch. Nice throw from now Knutson. And now finally some momentum. East will opt to go for the hurry up, trying to tire this Oak Hills D-line, who has dominated the line of scrimmage, dominated the trenches. Knutson again under pressure. He is taken down. Julian Harris. Momentum switching sides once again. Julian Harris with a huge sack for Oak Hills.
And Julian Harris, that's the kind of play you want to make. East tries to run a hurry-up offense. He was not having any of it, makes a huge tackle and puts him behind the line.
Knutson again, hurry up to Ryder Hooks. This time he'll try to get a little more space, bouncing around like he did last week. Ryder Hooks up the field. Gains quite a bit of yards. Finally some running room for Ryder Hooks. East offense finally making some plays. A fresh start this second half. They've looked all right. It'll still be a 3rd down and 8 now. That sack, a pivotal play for Oak Hills. Knutson gets a new play call. Tells PJ McFarland. Knutson now on 3rd and 8, gonna drop back, fire to Jaden Say, who makes the catch. Again, a huge catch from Jaden Say. He did it in the first half when East couldn't move the ball. He's done it again to move the chains. It'll be a first down at Oak Hill's 30-yard line, 27-yard line, pardon. Knutson again in that hurry up. East just trying to move the ball as quick as they can, capitalize on the momentum. Knutson now hands it off. Ryder hooks, jumps over a block, falls forward for another gain of 4 yards.
It's real early in the game here, but East, so far in this second half, they've just done an incredible job moving down the field. They didn't have much of this in the last half, but so far, just a great job. Let's see what they do here, running a hurry up.
Nothing too flashy, nothing too fancy right now. Ryder hooks on the stretch, trying to get to the outside. He will, he stays in bounds, cuts it upfield again, fighting through tackles to the 7-yard line. East feeling good to start this second half.
Ryder hooks coming back from the half, just an absolute different player, and he is making his name known so far in this half. Just an incredible job running the football. It looks like they're moving back. Let's see what this is about. And that is just a crucial penalty by this East offense. You finally get it moving in the run game, and that's just not how you want to start here.
No, a huge run from Ryder hooks, getting closer to breaking the all-time rushing yards for a career record at Lakota East. Offensive line not helping his case there. 2nd down and 14. Cannot let that holding call be a drive killer. Knutson now going to drop back. The screen pass to Carter Jones. Trying to get a block from PJ McFarland. He'll slip through a couple tackles. Gets real close to that first down. Carter Jones making some plays here to start this half.
Huge play from Carter Jones there. You can't let that penalty get to you, and he just did a great job breaking tackles, getting those big yards, and it's going to bring up a much more manageable 3rd down here.
Much more manageable 3rd down. Exactly what you want. Did not want to get set up back again on a 3rd down. Now, Knutson drops back. Jaden Say gets the catch, another 3rd down conversion for Lakota East and for Jaden Say. Every time it seems East gets to a 3rd down, they target Jaden Say. A low throw, but an even better catch. Able to corral it, fall forward. East offense on the move again, not letting that holding call get the best of them.
Bit of confusion there on the start of that play, but Jaden Say just making moves there and getting them the 1st down. A huge play for East. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Ryder hooks will motion back. Knutson gets it out to PJ McFarland, who gets spun down. Anthony Young, that's a 6'5" tight end working as a 5'10" DB, but Anthony Young makes an amazing open field tackle. You don't see PJ McFarland get torn down like that whenever he gets out into space. Great tackle there from Anthony Young. Knutson now the outside to Ryder hooks. Bounces right into PJ McFarland. Still not a lot of room for him to run. This Oak Hills defense has been amazing. It'll be a 3rd down now.
This is going to be a huge play for East. They've been running hurry up a lot in this second half, but it seems that they need to cool down here. Ryder Hooks has not been able to break one yet. He really needs a big run here. Let's see if he can get one, a huge 3rd down.
Gonna fake the swing pass. Knutson under a lot of pressure. He will get taken down. Perion Brundage.
And just a complete drive killer. That was a huge play by Brundage there, just stopping any momentum that they had going there. Can they hit a field goal this time here? Are they going to go for it? Let's see on this play here.
First kick of the game, AJ Fitzstevens right before halftime to put East up 2 scores possibly. Pushed it to the right, now lined up close to the left hash mark in a spot you want to be. if he puts his last one right. This one, no easy kick, though, and he just toes it way short. Did not look comfortable on that kick. More special teams mistakes from Lakota East.
And man, Fitzstevens just not having his best game so far. That's 2 missed kicks already. You just need to get something going here. You can't keep leaving the field with empty points. And East going to give it back to this Oak Hills defense. Let's see what kind of adjustments they've made on offense so far in the half.
I mean, you said it. Do not, especially with an offense that, like Lakota East has, it doesn't matter what kind of defense you face. You always want to end your drive with at least some points. East team has done a good job of putting the special teams into positions to where they can put points up on the board. They make those 2 kicks. This is a 13-10 ball game, but stays 1 score. Be a flip pass out to Cordell Ball. Schreiber looked like he was going to run. No, that was Aaron McFarland that got the grab. A much different look than anything we saw in the first half. Oak Hills making some changes to their offense, trying to do anything against this East defense who forced 3 turnovers, 2 generated from Carson Schroyer, had the pick 6 and a huge forced fumble down in the red zone.
Oak Hills trying to catch this East defense off guard. They've had some issues so far. Let's see what they can do here.
Schreiber going to put ball into motion now. Flip it up to Cordell Ball, who gets some blocks. Going to need a big tackle. Tackle is made from the safety, Cole Miranda. That could have been dangerous if Ball was able to shake that one.
Great tackle by Cole Miranda, just keeping the big play away so far. But you can't rely on your defense like this if you want to win. East just really needs to put points up. They can't keep putting their defense in this situation.
A little pop pass that time for Schreiber, who threw 2 interceptions in the first half. Did not look good when he was forcing the ball down the field, trying to keep it contained. He will hand it off to Emmett Johnson, who's going to get enough for the first down. And Oak Hills will move the chains.
Oak Hills has really done a great job of spreading the ball around in the run game here. You saw a lot of good plays from Max Rhodes. And now Emmett Johnson getting the carry. Can they get anything started here? Will they go in the pass game? Of course, Cordell Ball has had a bit of a quiet night. They just need to get him a pass downfield.
Well, Schreiber has not been able to move the ball well when they throw it super far downfield. But this time, Lakota East D-line ready for the run. Emmett Johnson will stay on his feet, but he will just get thrown back. Second down now. Love to see that from this East D-line.
An absolute stuff here from this East defense. Emmett Johnson had nowhere to run, and you can tell that East is frustrated. They haven't been able to have any productive plays on offense, so screw it, let's make some big plays on defense. And that's the mentality that's got him a 7-0 lead in this game so far.
For sure, you just want to wonder how long this East defense is going to be able to hold. They'll hand it off to Johnson again, but he is swallowed up again. Just about a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Gotta think they're gonna try and put this one into the air, trying to hit their guy Cordell Ball, maybe Aaron McFarland.
Another huge play for Oak Hills and another 3rd down. They've converted a couple of 4th downs today. This is not a spot you're gonna go for one, so they need to get a big play right here if they want to continue this drive.
Going to be a handoff to Will White. No, he will fake it. Schreiber looking downfield. It is caught by Brady Kornman. Pushed out of bounds by Dawson Reap and Braxton Thurman, but a huge catch for Brady Kornman, his 2nd of the night.
Just a great play called there. They've had some struggles, but the fake, get him downfield. A nice catch there by Kornman. And just moving the ball, that's all you got to do. That's something they didn't do well in the first half. Can they finally get some momentum and try to tie this game up here?
Would have been a huge stop if they were able to get the incompletion, but no. Oak Hills at midfield now. Schreiber building a little bit of confidence. They'll go again to Cordell Ball on a pop pass. He gets some blocks, but no, he will go nowhere. East defense all over him. Both of those pop passes to Cordell Ball went absolutely nowhere to start this second half. He'll be a little bit shaken up.
Some good blocking by this Oak Hills offensive lineman, but this East defense is just out for blood. No matter what they run on them, they've always been there and putting pressure on the run game and the pass game. Will they continue that kind of stretch here?
Seems as though they're keeping the same mentality after every single play. It does not matter if Oak Hills is able to convert on a tough third down or fourth down. The very next play, they're going to show you they're not going to give up. Schreiber now off the hands of Dimitri Vetter. Must have happened at least 5 times tonight. This time, Schreiber put it right in his chest. Vetter could not bring it in.
If you're Vetter, that's just a catch that you need to make. Your quarterback has had struggles today. He's looking on guys to rely on. And Vetter, you just got to make a play there, you know. It's a good pass. It was in his hands. Just a bad drop, and it's going to set him down with a really, really tough third down and 11 play here.
Yeah, you thought maybe you get that catch, try to push it as far as you can, make it a manageable third down. Now, 3rd and 11. Schreiber looking downfield, knocked away and picked off. Carter Jones with the tip. Return from Cole Miranda gets to the 40. Another turnover for this East defense. The 3rd interception thrown from Schreiber. What a tip from Carter Jones. Fell right into the hands of Cole Miranda.
Schreiber getting absolutely fried here tonight. His 3rd interception. That is not what you need in this kind of game. It's only a 7-0 game, but your defense has been keeping you in this game. You cannot let them down like that.
4 turnovers for Lincoln Schreiber, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble. And East has put up 0 offensive touchdowns off of that. They will, I believe, call a holding on the return. Does not matter. The interception will stand. This home crowd growing restless. This offense, you think, what more can you ask for from your defense? You have to put up at least some points here. Definitely in Knutson's head as he drops back. Throws it to Chris Boyer, and it is off the hands of Boyer and intercepted. Sifo McQuanzi. Oak Hills gets the ball right back.
Back-to-back interceptions. Right now, it's just defense, straight and simple. Just when you think East might have some momentum going, Oak Hills with a huge play. Chris Boyer, you cannot drop that ball. Just giving it right back to him. And at one point, you know, you got to be afraid that they're going to break something here. Let's see if this East defense, who's been very heavily relied on, can keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's East defense. Just a second to breathe. They get the interception on the very first play. Knutson throws it right into the hands of Chris Boyer. It bounces off and intercepted. They're going to be asked to go out here again and try and get it. I think at some point they will be tired of this. Schreiber now going to throw a little slant route. The pass is caught. Great catch that time.
That's
from Aaron McFarland.
That's a big catch for McFarland there. Any yards you can get, you have to get those yards. And just moving his offense down the field piece by piece here. They just need one of those drives. They need to tie this game up, and they cannot get their defense back on the field here.
That's a nice play on first down for Oak Hill. 2nd and 2. They're just going to hand it off to Emmett Jones, who has a little bit of a hole. Dawson Reap chases him down, but he will pick up another first down. Oak Hills, while both of these defenses have been balling out, and while Oak Hills has had 4 turnovers on offense, it just seems like Oak Hills has had the better offense.
And Dawson Reap, good job making the tackle, but just an incredible job by Oak Hills there. You know, you got to keep running, even if you got those huge guys coming at you there. Any yards will help. Let's see if they can get something started here.
That will be the end of the third quarter. So we will go into the fourth quarter at the same exact score as it was at halftime. 7-0 Lakota East. Oak Hills driving. We'll have to see what happens when we come back. Welcome you back. It is fourth quarter now.
First down and 10 for this Oak Hills offense. Let's see what they can do.
Schreiber going to fake the handoff. It is bobbled again. Oak Hills just cannot seem to catch a pass. This time, Max Rhodes can't bring it in.
Man, did both of these teams just, what is going on in the passing game here? It seems like nobody's been able to catch a pass tonight. Everybody's got butter on their gloves. Let's see, can somebody finally make a play? That's just another pass that could have been picked off. It was dangerous. Lucky for Oak Hills that that pass didn't get intercepted.
For sure, lucky that time. That one not on Schreiber. A lot of his interceptions not on him. They'll send Rhodes in motion, go right up the middle to Emmett Johnson. He'll pick up about 6 yards. This Oak Hills run game has really been what has moved the ball for them. And last week, where they had only 67 yards on the ground, they've been able to move the ball, get chunk yards, 4 or 5 yards per run. Like I said earlier, couldn't quite get the stats at halftime, but from what I've seen, they've at least averaged 4 or 5 yards a carry, completely different than last week. They've been able to get this push against this East D-line, but East has been able to generate turnovers. This time again, he's going to drop back looking for McFarland. Goes over the top of Braxton Thurman. Thurman can't make the play. Aaron McFarland, what a grab.
What a catch by Aaron McFarland, giving his offense a spark here. And finally, one of these receivers making a grab. It seems like they haven't been able to do that all night. And let's see, can Oak Hills finally capitalize on their biggest play yet?
This East defense looks to be a bit shaken up. The first real big passing play for Oak Hills. Gotta be ready though. It's goal line. Schreiber right under the center. Timeout is called.
Not liking what they saw there, calling a timeout. Can East pull an Ohio State here and make a huge goal line stop?
That would be a perfect, it would be a perfect time to do that if you're Lakota East. You got to think the way Oak Hills has been running the ball, it's going to be difficult, but East has done it time and time again tonight. You got to have faith and hope that although Oak Hills is now at the 2-yard line, East is going to be able to go out there and possibly get a stop. We'll have to see. It was a timeout from Lakota East, but we will stay with you. Fourth quarter action, 10 minutes, 50 seconds left. See on your screen, 7-0. No offensive touchdowns yet for either side. But now Oak Hills, first and goal from the 2-yard line.
As an offensive coordinator here, they've had a struggle in the passing game so far. I'd say call a run, but It's just been a struggle all around in the offense here. We're going to have to see what kind of play they're going to call here. East called the timeout. Can Oak Hills finally capitalize and end their scoring drought?
They'll go in with a loaded backfield. 2 fullbacks. Emmett Johnson gets it. He will walk in. Nobody on the left side to touch him. That is Max Rhodes actually on the carry, so they give it to their best player, and he will walk in his first touchdown of the season. It will be 6-7 Oak Hills. Extra point would tie it up. That is a huge touchdown and an incredible drive for Oak Hills, able to capitalize off the Knutson interception.
Finally seeing some offense here in this game. They need to hit this extra point to tie it up. And can East get something going on the offensive side of the ball? They're saying, look, guys, we've had our defense out here the whole entire game. We need to get something going, and we need to take the lead. 2 missed field goals does not help.
Extra point is up, and it is good. We have a tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Personally, did not expect to see a game quite like this. We'll have to see what Lakota East can do on offense. Can they finally move the ball? They're going to need it. Oak Hills has a lot of momentum right now.
And this game is playing out to be exactly like their game in 2022 when Oak Hills won with a score of 13-10. Just a defensive battle here, an offensive stalemate. But finally, some offense from Oak Hills. Now it's time for Lakota East. Can they get that run game started up? Can they get some passes downfield? And can Ryder Hooks make his first big play of the night and have the impact on the team that he's been able to have this whole season so far?
And gotta say, I have to be unbiased here for a little bit. In the GMC, there's so many athletes, so many highly touted offenses that put the ball in the end zone so much. Especially Lakota East hasn't had a game quite like this in a while. Still trying to find their footing on offense. Looked amazing last week versus Centerville, but every game is different. You're going to see different looks. Things are just going to work and not work. And as an unbiased fan, low-scoring ball games can be fun too. This is a short kick out of bounds. That will be a penalty. East will get the ball at the 40-yard line. A huge mistake on Oak Hill's special team.
Just not a great kick there for Oak Hills. You can't give this East offense anything. They've been able to shut them down so far, but at some point you're wondering, can they finally get one of those plays? So far, it's just been crazy defense here, and East has not scored all night on offense. Their only points coming from a pick 6. So it's time to finally get a drive started here. Let's see what they can do on first down.
East will get the ball, not at the 40, at the 35-yard line, lined up far on the right hash. Got to be thinking they're trying to get one of those screen passes, possibly blocks to the left side of the field. Ryder Hooks on the right side of Knutson. Here we go. Swing pass out to Ryder Hooks. He drops it. He has to pick it up. They're going to call it an incomplete pass, saying the ball was thrown upfield.
And that is just a rare mistake by Ryder Hooks. You do not see that out of him, but he's really struggled tonight. And that's a play that might set you back a bit here, but still second down. Can they capitalize? Can they do anything here on offense?
This East crowd trying to get jacked up. Not a lot of things to be excited about when your team's on offense. They'll give it to Ryder Hooks on a swing. He's going to get brought down again. Nowhere to run. Evan Broninger.
Just a great tackle by Broninger, continuing to stuff Ryder Hooks. Ryder Hooks just has not had a great game tonight, but neither has this East offense, and Oak Hill's defense has come to play. Can they make a big stop here on third down?
Needs something. Knutson gets it to Chris Boyer, who this time he'll make the catch, trying to stiff arm might be short of a first down. You got to think if he just ran forward, he might have gotten it. Gonna have to see where they spot it. Referee signals 4th down. It'll be a 4th and inches. East offense going with the hurry up now. Need something, need a little bit. Trying to pick up this 4th down. Knutson now goes to the sideline. Kitna trying to call a different play here.
This is a huge 4th down, a game-changing play. Kitna's got that offensive experience. Can he get a good call going here?
This a game-defining moment right now. Knutson gives it to Ryder Hooks, the leader in the GMC in rushing yards. Gets a hole, gets a first down. Finally, this East O-line able to get a push. And East, life is back.
A much needed first down there. Ryder Hooks finally getting a bit of push there. And East with a huge first down. They need to score. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in this ball game here. Can somebody finally get a play downfield or a big run?
Knutson now. Screen pass to Carter Jones. He looked great in the 3rd quarter. My goodness, again just slammed down. Michael Branch.
Michael Branch, just a force in the backfield there. 6'3", 225 pounds, and he just ran into a brick wall there. The screen game has not been working too well so far. They need to change it up a bit, but what a play by Branch there to stop him from getting any yards.
And East, a lot of hopes that they would finally be crowned kings of the GMC for football. Flags fly. We'll have to see what the referees call here. They'll come together and talk. East moving back 5 yards. Not quite sure if it was delay of game.
And that is a crucial penalty. It's another reason why they haven't been able to score tonight. Just penalties setting them back on both sides for East and Oak Hills. But this is going to set up a huge 2nd down here. A lot to go. It's going to be hard to recover from that. Can they make something happen?
Knutson now drops back under pressure again. Slips out of it, fires it, caught by P.J. McFarland. Finally, P.J. McFarland sees some action. What a way to get open and what a way to move in the pocket. Knutson finding his tight end for a huge gain.
P.J. McFarland, man, we have not heard his name enough tonight. That is a huge play for him. Let's see what they're going to do here on 3rd down. A huge 3rd down play. 3rd and 5, a bit more manageable than what they just had.
P.J. McFarland had a huge half last week. Knutson drops back again, looks downfield, finds nobody, throws it into a sea of defenders, kind of just throwing it away that time. Didn't quite see anybody open. It is now going to be 4th and 5, and East will opt to punt, trying to pin Oak Hills deep. Tyler Gruber had a very nice punt in the first half, pinned Oak Hills at the 2-yard line, trying to do that again here, but might be thinking Cordell Ball. If East special teams isn't able to get down there to try and stop him, we could see something special back there. Dangerous returner, dangerous player, Cordell Ball. Anything could happen. Never want to overlook a special teams play in high school. These some of the plays that can really change a game, and stoppage. His East team was trying to run out the clock. And they'll do a little bit too much. Couldn't quite get the snap off in time. Not happy with that one. It'll give 5 more yards of space for Cordell Ball. Tyler Gruber very much out of range to pin him deep now. He is hit. Flags fly. They are going to call a roughing the punter. Tyler Gruber fired up. It was a great punt as well, but it's not going to matter. Roughing the punter on Tyler Gruber.
Just when you think this Oak Hills defense gets another stop, a huge penalty. You cannot hit the punter in this situation. Just giving East the ball can Can they get something out of that? Can they finally capitalize on a penalty that's working for them? But Oak Hill's secondary, man, I would be furious if I was them right now. Gets a stop hitting the punter. Just a poor decision there by this
It was
Oak Hill
Anthony
special team.
Young, 5'10" senior DB, number 8 on Oak Hills, who ran right into Tyler Gruber. And in that situation, you just have to know your team gets another stop against the best offense in the GMC. You've been doing amazing all game. Just got a little too greedy. You got to know you can't, when you fling your body trying to block the punt, you cannot fling your body at the punter. It's a hard thing to do. But East will get a first down. Like I said, never want to overlook a special teams play can change the whole complexion of everything, and it will. First down, Lakota East. Can we finally move this ball?
Huge, huge play here, and one play is all it takes. They get another set of downs. Thought the drive was about to be over, but they need to capitalize. They haven't been able to get a field goal in yet here today, so I'd say touchdown. That would be the most comfortable option here.
Yeah, 2 missed field goals. Don't want to trot out your kicker. Always want a touchdown. Carter Jones, direct snap, face mask, 4 flags fly. After about a 6-yard gain, Carter Jones' head was snapped back by a face mask. Easy for the refs to see. What a play from Carter Jones, drawing the face mask and still fighting through it and getting 6 yards. East, another penalty will help out this struggling offense.
And
Refs.
That's 2 straight crucial penalties for Oak Hills there, but great job by Carter Jones, just continuing to run tough even after having his whole helmet twisted around. Just a great play, setting the tone for this East offense that they're not giving up.
East crowd gets loud. Finally in the red zone. The referee is almost willing this offense down the field. They'll take any help they can get. Knutson goes right under center now. Motions P.J. McFarland to the left side. Get extra blockers out there for Ryder Hooks, who makes a cut. Gets about a 6-yard gain. East back inside the 5-yard line. Last time they were here, couldn't quite punch it in. Nice blocks there. East offense has to score a touchdown.
East is finally in business again, the first time this half. This is where you need to capitalize. This is a huge play right here.
They'll give it to Hooks once again. He is spun down. Oh my goodness, what a play from Sifo Makwanzi.
Makwanzi just followed that play the whole way through. An incredible job by him making that tackle, especially against a guy like Ryder Hooks. That's just a great open field play there. A huge play for this Oak Hills defense.
Makwanzi, one of those guys for Oak Hills that had a great game last week. Doing it again. And that is so hard to do. Get into the backfield and tackle Ryder Hooks one-on-one. Makwanzi will get it done. And now, 3rd down and goal. Knutson gonna look to the end zone for Chris Boyer, who makes the catch!
What a play by Chris Boyer, making up for his tipped pass incompletion earlier. An incredible catch, and East finally getting some offense here. A huge, huge play overall, and they finally regain the lead.
What an adjustment in the air from Chris Boyer. Wasn't the most beautiful pass. Had to spin around and catch it on his hip. Redemption for Chris Boyer. Exactly what East needed.
Pending the extra point here, a potential 7-point lead. And like I said earlier today, Chris Boyer, one of those big impact guys, and the extra point is up and good.
Chris Boyer had the drop catch turned into an interception. Redeems himself. What a clutch 3rd and goal grab in the right corner of the end zone. And I'm just thinking back to another night 2 years ago. East was playing Fairfield, sitting in the student section. A junior, JT Kitna, throwing it into the back of the end zone during a tie game to Andy Vogelman. I talked with Chris Boyer after that game. Chris Boyer talked so highly of Andy Vogelman, a receiver, 6'4", 200-something odd pounds, who would always seem to make the catch, get open, use his big frame to make clutch grabs. And Chris Boyer, now as a senior, makes a play that looks almost identical to that one 2 years ago. What a play.
Chris Boyer on senior night, a 6'5", 200-pound receiver, just a force to deal with in the backfield. And East, their defense has been solid all night. Can they continue that this game with only 5:46 left? You're starting to think that maybe each team's only going to get one more possession here. Oak Hills needs to capitalize. They need to respond.
I have to wonder if they may go for two. This time fielded, and he trips a little bit. That is Perryon Brundage. Good coverage, though, from Lakota East. Not quite the kick that you want. It'll be 1st and 10 for Oak Hills near the 35-yard line.
Just a bit of an odd kick. Looked like it could have been a squib, but that was just weird. It was up in the air there for a while. Great job by East getting him down there. And Oak Hills, another tough situation. Now you got to respond. Down 7 again. Can they get something going like they did in their last offensive possession? And with the time left in this game, I'd say this is all you're going to get the way they've been running the ball and passing down today.
Schreiber going to have to show a lot of fight. He's back there with Emmett Johnson. He'll give it right to him. East defense gets a little bit of a push. Oak Hills pushes him forward for about a gain of 3-4 yards. A little bit surprising to see them go run first. Time ticking away. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in this ball game. It is do or die right now for Oak Hills. Haven't been able to generate anything on offense. Their only touchdown coming off of a Knutson interception. Now going to have to go the full length of the field just to try and tie this game, possibly send it into overtime, or they could go for two. Schreiber bobbles the snap, and he is hit hard by Xavier Warren. Disaster for Oak Hills. It'll be a 3rd and 10 now.
This East defense is just shutting them down, showing a lot of pride here, already making 2 huge plays. And man, Schreiber just needs to get this ball out of his hands. He needs to make a pass downfield. That's another mistake by him today. And remember, he's already got 3 interceptions, but they're still only down 7, surprisingly. They need something right here. Can Schreiber finally redeem himself?
Schreiber drops back on 3rd and 10. Play is whistled dead. A penalty down. Would hate to see this against East. It's going to be called encroachment on Braxton Thurman. So this 3rd down, a whole lot easier now. Cuts the distance in half. 3rd and 5. Maybe try and call a different play. You don't have to go as far now.
Thurman has had a solid game so far, but that is not a play that you want to make here. Still 3rd down, but it's going to make it a much more manageable 3rd down for Oak Hills here. Only got 5 to go. Can Schreiber finally get a throw in here?
Schreiber drops back. East crowd getting loud. He'll throw all the way downfield for Cordell Ball. Ball just seemed to stop on his route. Was not ready for the deep ball. Not quite sure what the confusion was there. It'll bring up a 4th down. You wonder, will Oak Hills opt to punt? Only 3 minutes, 55 seconds left. You may be thinking Schreiber is going to stay out there. Cordell Ball also stays out there. This could be the game, ladies and gentlemen.
A crucial mistake by Ball there. You cannot do that on 3rd down, and this is a huge 4th down, potentially a game-sealing play for this Lakota East Thunderhawks defense.
Timeout called. Gonna be on Lakota East. We'll stay with you. This one, quite the nail biter. What was a defensive battle stayed a defensive battle, although this second half, both offenses are able to put up a touchdown. Max Rhodes with a 2-yard run for Oak Hills. Chris Boyer with a nice 15-yard grab on 3rd and goal to put East up in the position they are in now. 14-7 your score. This one has been a crazy one, Alex.
It sure has. It's been a crazy defensive game and just a good old-fashioned showing here, but they're going to need this 4th down right here, right now, if they want to stay in this thing. Only 3:55 left here, 5 yards to go. And can Schreiber finally redeem himself? Can he make that play that he's been looking for all night? A huge play here, and the crowd is going wild.
East stands, everybody on their feet. 4th and 5. Max Rhodes in the backfield. He has their only touchdown. Schreiber, it'll be a direct down to Max Rhodes. He'll go for the punt. Not what Lakota East was expecting at all. It'll take a bad hop, though, and roll to about the 14-yard line. Lucky bounce for Lakota East. That looked like a great punt. Nobody back there to return it. East will take over. Oak Hills, they've been stopping East offense all night. They'll opt to send their defense out there to try to get one last more.
Great punt there, great fake, but Beck, honestly, at this point of the game, I don't think that's what you need. You need to drive it down the field, and they're really starting to run out of time. Only 3:44 left in the game. So now, like they've been doing all day, relying on that defense to make a stop. Can East run this clock out, or will Oak Hills get one last breath on offense to try to tie this thing up?
If there's ever a time you need a guy like Ryder Hooks to break off a big play, it would be now. Carter Jones takes the Wildcat, gets blocking, but absolutely nowhere again. Max Rhodes alongside Julian Harris. This Oak Hills D-line has been all over Lakota East.
Max Rhodes, a real playmaker. When you need a stop, he can get one, and this is a huge, huge situation here. On defense, you just need to get a stop, and he's been doing everything right so far tonight. Can they continue that kind of ball here? Let's see what they can do on 2nd down East with a big 2nd down and 10.
Knutson on a 2nd and 10. He'll wait for this clock to run down even more. Gives it to Ryder Hooks, trying to make a guy miss. Spins right into PJ McFarland, still on his feet, throwing stiff arms. A nice run for Ryder Hooks.
Ryder Hooks just spinning off of tacklers. Just an insane run there. Still short of the 1st down, though, but it's going to make it a lot more manageable. A lot of pressure on this Oak Hills defense. 2 yards, and you would love to just see a nice play here from Ryder Hooks. He only needs 2 to get a 1st down. Here we go.
Will be a timeout called, I believe, on Oak Hills. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left. They're hoping to get the stop on this 3rd down. Get their offense one last chance to possibly tie or win this game. If you ever needed a big play to any one of your guys, Jaden Say, Chris Boyer, Carter Jones, give it to the tight end, PJ McFarland. Gonna need that here on this crucial 3rd down and 3. Honestly, would be a little surprised to see they'll go run with Ryder Hooks. Oak Hills D-line been all over him.
Ryder Hooks, a great player, but it's just really predictable here in this kind of situation. And Oak Hills has had him stuffed behind the line all day. Let's see if they run some kind of screen or short pitch play here. Try to get that 1st down. This is a huge game-changing play with only 2:44 left. Can Oak Hills get a stop? Or will East get a fresh set of downs? Here we go.
A first down here would mean East would be able to shave at least 40 more seconds off the clock. Oak Hill's already burned one of their timeouts. East only with one timeout left. Knutson drops back, gets a block from Ryder Hooks, gets it to Chris Boyer, who's not ready for the catch. Max Rhodes was there anyway. Knutson under pressure again, just cannot get the ball past the first down line. East is going to have to punt. A great stop from this Oak Hills defense.
A really, really crucial drop play there from Chris Boyer. His second of the game. First one led to an interception. That one lucky that nobody was in the area there, but you cannot drop the ball in that situation.
Hard to think he would have done much after the catch. Max Rhodes, the guy who's been all over the field, almost blocked again. Dangerous for Tyler Gruber. Jaden Say down there fast enough to field it. Oak Hills, a nice punt though from Tyler Gruber, and Oak Hills will take over in their own territory, very close to east side of the field, but at the very least, Tyler Gruber able to get that punt far enough down the field where Oak Hills isn't going to feel too comfortable or cocky. Let's take a breath, Alex. Let's take a breath.
It's just been such an intense game. Both of these teams, so much character. But Tyler Gruber, man, they have been after him today. He drew that penalty on the last drive there, got East the first down and got them the touchdown eventually. Nearly had that punt blocked. But Oak Hills starting at about their own 50 here. This is going to be their best shot to tie this game up here or win with the 2-point conversion if they score. What will they do? Here we go. A huge drive here for Oak Hills.
Schreiber will get another chance. He will drop back. Clean pocket. Going to throw downfield to Aaron McFarland. Little bit too far. No flag thrown. Cole Miranda step for step with him. Great coverage from Cole Miranda. But a very lucky that ball was just a touch overthrown.
Man, and that's just one of those plays that what if he got that in there, but a huge play. Cole Miranda went step to step with him, did not give up on that coverage, and led to an incompletion there. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 10. The clock does stop. Oak Hills set up in a tough situation here. What will they do?
You love to see that out of Cole Miranda. Just absolutely sticking with Aaron McFarland, one of the better players on this Oak Hills team. Schreiber now looks to the outside for Cordell Ball. They're going to say he makes the grab. It'll be a first down. Cordell Ball working on Braxton Thurman. The height advantage proving to be a factor there. We've seen that a couple times where Schreiber's just throwing that out route to Cordell Ball. He seems to be always when Braxton Thurman is out there. So much confidence in that throw and catch. Cordell Ball having another great night.
What a catch by Cordell Ball. Great job staying in bounds. And Oak Hills just getting those short yards. They don't have much time, but if they keep moving the football like this, East defense might be in trouble.
Schreiber now going to give his receivers a break. Hands it off right up the middle to Anquan Evans, who hasn't seen too much action ever since that first quarter where he got a majority of the carries. It's another nice run, another 4 or 5 yard run that just sets this offense up in good position to get that first down, keep the ball moving. That's really been what Oak Hills has been able to do consistently, and it's the only reason that they've been able to hang with East. 2nd down and 5. Will White in the backfield. Schreiber going to throw it out to Cordell Ball, who makes a nice catch. A tough grab. Braxton Thurman all over him. He will be tackled down before he gets the first. It'll be a 3rd down, and home crowd not happy with that call. Can't say I'm quite happy either. They're going to spot him a 1st down.
An incredible job by Cordell Ball there. There's a reason that he was the leading receiver in yards in the GMC last week for receptions. He needs to keep making those kinds of plays if they want to tie this thing up here.
Schreiber, after picking up the first down slant to Cordell, ball under pressure from Carson Schroyer, tries to get it out, has to throw it away. Great job from Carson Schroyer in that QB spy position, making sure Schreiber didn't have any kind of lane to run out of. Carson Schroyer has been kind of quiet this second half, absolutely dominated that first half. This East defense showing no signs of getting tired though. It's been such a defensive battle, but they are still out there with the players they started with. Nobody tired, no cramps. Love to see this out of high school football, just guys out there playing with heart and skill as much as they can. Schreiber now fakes to Will White, throws it, tips at the line. Great play from Carter Fosnov. The huge D lineman getting a hand up there to bring up a 3rd and 10.
An incredible play there by Carter Fosna, and he is just a force at the line there. That is a huge, huge play there. It's going to be a tough 3rd down, and with 1 minute and 8 seconds left, you got to wonder where they're going to throw this thing. Cordell Ball has had a couple of nice catches on this drive so far. You throw it his way. What are they going to do here for Oak Hills?
East crowd getting hyped up. Minute 8 left in this game. 3rd and 10. Feels like every play is magnified. Stoppage from the referees. They are going to call timeout on Oak Hills. So they will burn their 2nd timeout. So this will more than likely be their last chance to score a touchdown in this game. Will East's defense hold strong? We will find out after we come back in just a moment. We are back in the Hawks' nest. 3rd down and 10 after the Oak Hills timeout. 14-7, East crowd getting loud. Schreiber, low snap, gonna drop back, pressure on by PJ McFarland, he goes to the end zone. Almost caught by Aaron McFarland. Ryder hooks Cole Miranda in coverage. Great defense there from the 2 DBs.
Cole Miranda made that huge interception last week to shut Centerville's comeback hopes away, and that is another huge play, forcing an incompletion, and now a big 4th down. What do you do here if you're Oak Hills? A lot of pressure here. The student section has just been rumbling so far on this drive. Not a lot of time left. 1 minute and 1 second left in this game. Here we go.
This
huge
is
4th down for the game.
This is it for Oak Hills. If they're able to convert, their drive will stay alive. Timeout called, Lakota East. It'll be their last timeout called. We will stay alive. Stick with you here.
Lakota
Feels
East.
like at the end of these games, it just seems to last forever, especially in close games. Constant timeouts getting called. My goodness.
Man, this last drive alone has felt longer than the whole 3rd quarter so far. Just an intense battle here. A huge 4th down. I'm liking that timeout there for this East defense. Just getting everybody set, making sure none of those penalties happen. They had 2 huge penalties on 4th down earlier in the game. Now it's time for that defense to step up. They've been playing incredible all day. The biggest play of the game on both sides. Can Oak Hills make something happen, or will East survive a very, very tough Oak Hills team here?
This Oak Hills team, a lot tougher and a lot more scarier than I thought they would be coming into this game. Didn't seem like they were going to be a team you had to worry about causing a game like this for you after just a 21-20 win against Edgewood, but they have come out and absolutely dominated, especially on the defensive side, against this East offense, who, might I remind you, 500 plus total yards of offense last week. Don't have the stats with me, but would not be surprised to see them being held under 200. A total opposite game from last week. Do or die right now for Oak Hills. 4th and 10. Everybody in the stands on their feet. Schreiber steps up in the pocket. Doesn't see anybody downfield. He is taken out of bounds. Dawson Reap. A huge play when they needed it most. And East is going to walk out of here with the victory. Dawson Reap. What a huge play from the senior linebacker.
What a play by Dawson there. Just completely shutting down the Centerville offense, and East will survive a close game with Oak Hills. Just an incredible job by this East defense today, and man, do they have some heart.
Don't quite know why the mic cut out there, but do they have some heart or what? Man, this East defense looked good against Centerville, looked even better against Oak Hills. Now Knutson is just going to kneel this ball out. Nothing Oak Hills can do at this point. And East is going to escape 14-7. What a game.
East will play at Mason next week, a tough environment to play at. Oak Hills will go play Middletown at home. But a huge game today, a huge season determiner, a defensive battle. And I'm just loving what I've seen today. Just incredible defense from both sides.
Gets you excited, at least on the defensive side, for the rest of this Lakota East season. One more kneel will do it. Niall Knutson and the rest of this East team is going to come out of here with a win. Not quite the offensive show you wanted to have, but nonetheless that locker room feeling good after surviving what proves to be a very tough Oak Hills team. Excited for what they can do in the GMC as well. East will move to 2-0 on the season. Oak Hills falls to 1-1. We want to get a shout out to all of our athletic boosters as well as Butler Tech providing us the equipment to make these streams possible. I want to thank my analyst, Alex Tipton. I am Beck Lucas. I want to thank the rest of my crew here, Ethan Lennon, Trey, Joel up on the camera. Thank you guys so much for watching. What a game.